Welcome, pilots. Today on KC Quadtronics, we're going to be doing a repair of my new HDzero Mobula 6 quad that the flight controller, one of the ESC channels on the flight controller, decided to quit. So I had contacted Happy Model about my issue, presented them with all the pictures and stuff that they had requested, and once confirmed, they remedied the problem with a solution. I want to give a thanks to Happy Model. Thank you, Happy Model, for being an amazing company and having such amazing customer support, and for presenting me with this Super B F4 Lite ELRS replacement flight controller, free of charge, no shipping, arrived today in my mail. I couldn't have been more excited and thankful for this to happen, as any of you that have already purchased this yourself know that the purchase that you just made was not so cheap. This is the kind of customer service that you're looking to get as well. An amazing company. And saying all that, I say, let's get down to the nitty and gritty. So, what you get with your Super B F4 Lite ELRS flight controller is, first off, your flight controller. Nice, right? Your flight controller. Nice. Okay. You get your rubber doohickeys. No, I'm just playing. You get your rubber garments for your flight controller, and then you have your screws to screw it down onto the frame. Underneath the foam here, keep this foam. This is very good stuff. If you ever have like a barometer, and there's other reasons, this is great to cover it up with. Underneath there you have your stickers. And then underneath that is just the pad that has the barcode for you to download your user manual. Okay, and it's also got the wiring diagram and everything for these, because these are mostly labeled 5-volt, ground, all those are labeled mostly, but some are not. But the ones that you're going to want to solder on are already nice, or on my board, already nice and shiny for me, but that doesn't tell you much, right? In my case, I'm doing a swap out, so I just get to copy what's already there. I just get to say, hey, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Now there's literally 4 wires other than the power wires, which is already soldered on, thank you Happy Model, and the motor wires that you have to solder. And thankfully they took it into consideration that we would be having to do this at home. See, these solder points are very far apart. That is awesome. They're very far apart. I have toothpick boards that have, they're so close together, and they're bigger boards. You would be thinking, well, this is such a bigger board, why not space them out? But anyways, smaller board, and yet look how spaced out those are. So you shouldn't have much problem soldering these unless you're very new. And if you're very new, please be careful. Please be careful what you're doing and pay attention. So easy to mess up such a small component like this. But anyways, if you'll look back here, you also have a buzzer, 5-volt, LED, and ground. So you can do your buzzer, LED, 5-volt, ground. That's just for 5-volt buzzer, 5-volt LED, or 5-volt ground buzzer, 5-volt ground LED. I would only do like one or the other, but to be honest, I don't believe you will be having either one of those other than LEDs, maybe, with something this small. So no buzzer, but it does have the option. It's pretty nice. Also, must say, I have a PH 2.0 on here. You're free to put a BT 2.0, and I do have that as well, but I'm going to stick with the PH 2.0 for now until this wears out, and then I will switch. Plus, I have a whole bunch of pH 2.0 batteries, and I just must use them. I must use them. Okay, so gonna throw this on here. We're gonna start out. Well, let's start out with this, the canopy, because I don't want the motors just to be hanging there while we're doing this. Okay. All right. Let's see. Set that down. Let me get a different screw head. That one's just slightly too small. Perfect. Okay. Now, we're just gonna undo it. Oops. Look at me sliding the whole mat. It's okay, right? And you see all this? I plan on getting, like, I have a pad, a blue mat, but that's in the other room, and it's nighttime here where I'm at, and I'm in my room with my desk. So I would say this is good enough for me. Is it good enough for you? I hope it is. Say, it's just a repair video. We don't care about the background. But I tried with the stickers and stuff. These are all my peeps, by the way. I hope, anyways. I've been told so, anyways. So first off, you're gonna remove the screws. All right. If you don't want to lose them, well, I just leave them in the canopy. They stick out just fine in the canopy there. The canopy. Since this is all going back together, it's simple. I just lift her up like that. Now be careful on the side here. On the side, be careful and not unsolder your. If you're doing this, now if you're just building a quad, then follow along. I want to show you this. Look how nice. Look how nice that is. That's an HDzero Whoop Lite VTX. And then, of course, there's the flight controller that I am replacing. And as you see on these cords, as I was telling you, power, ground, video, smart audio, and, well, there's smart audio and TX is what I'm thinking, or RX and TX. So anyways, those go here. Oops. Okay. So remember those solder pads on the side? Alright. So we're gonna have blue, green, and then that's ground. So that's ground. That's probably 5 volt right there, and that's why we're not going to do it, because it's right next to it. So ground, 5 volt, and I would say that's like an RX and TX. So that's your UART 1 or 2. We will find out which ones. And then here is your 5 volt, and you're going to run it over here to this one. That's where you're going to run it. Gonna run it over here to this one. There you go. Just there. I would not group them up together like that. I would do this exactly how they have it. This will give you the most clearest video, best quality signal, and I would just do it this way. Plus, I'm pretty certain the boards come with the stuff on them, and in that case, you'll be able to see the solder points that you need to mess with. But as you see, there is several other solder point board on here, and especially right here, and here, and here, and here. Do you know what these are? As I have pointed those out to you, what these are. So, okay. Well, next, I would just lay this down like that. Flat. Turn over your quad. and start doing the motors. And these motors, the motor screws, be careful, don't lose them. What I do is just drop them and lose them, and that's why I said that. So, because it is so easy to do. That's what I mean. I'll grab it like this and I'll still drop it. Because you're going to pull your board out and everything all out at one time. All of it out at once. You do not want to solder with this in this plastic frame. I know some of you, I can do it. Yeah, I can too. But what if I'm shaky or something and I jerk? Which I am shaky. But what if I jerk on accident? Just a little bit. Or what if I just bad aim? You'll melt this thing in half before you have a chance to stop it. I know from bad experience. Not melting a quad, but I've melted plenty more. From my soldering iron running rapid on me without me seeing where. Alrighty, so we're gonna keep on going here. Whoa. One more. Be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to rip these wires out of the motors either, and you can fix that. If you rip a wire out of the motor, as long as you didn't rip the solder pad, then you can solder that motor wire back in the motor. I've done all three before, or I had to do all three on one of my smaller motors, on all of my upgraded motors that I have on another quad. So yeah. So alright, what we do here, it's not that difficult, but you want to be careful and make sure. What I would do is have all these like this, get them into position where you're going to be ready, kind of. Okay, there you go, just like that. Now you can either, what I do is I pop it out like that. I just pop it out, bend it back a little and pop it out. But you can also just pull up on it slowly and it'll come out of the rubber things. But I'll just pull on it like that. Now I'm going to turn it upside down and let gravity do the trick here. Just kind of ease the motors through like that. Okay, and boom, just like that, we're done. Now, do I want to swap this for the new ones? Well, sure, I'm going to use the new ones because these are used, and why not? You know, when you put a new motor in a car, you usually, unless they're super good, you replace the rubber doohickeys, right? Look at this bundle of joy. It's like, bleh, I just threw up my quad. And that's great, ain't it? You know, look at that. That is just something else. That right there is what gets you that amazing flying experience. But anyways, we're going to toss this out of the way for a minute. We're gonna take this, set it to the side. Hello. Why, hello. Hey, let go of that flight controller. Thank you. Let's see. Alright. Now, what are you doing, Casey? Huh? What are you doing? Alright, what we're going to do is we got to desolder all of these off of this board. Okay? Whoa, get out of the front of that. So, I guess for now, I just need to keep it on the ground here. Alright, so on this, remember, you have blue. Alright, here we go. See that? Blue. Let me get my pointer out here. You got blue on the first one, green on the second one, nothing on the third one. Okay? And then ground on the fourth one. Or you could say ground on the first one, blue or green and blue. But blue, green, ground. Blue, green, ground. Blee, gree, gree. BGG. Blue, green, ground. BGG. Blue, green, ground. That's how I'm going to remember it. And then this over here, of course, is your 5 volt. And then bam. Your video. That's simple. Alright, so let's desolder the motor wires. I'm going to start out with motor wires. And another thing, I don't guess I'll need this super hot, not for a little bitty board. Let's see here. I guess I'm going to, here's this. Okay, so what we want now is to undo these, but I don't want no stray, nothing getting on nothing, so gotta undo these carefully. Let's see here. This will be pretty simple. We're going to remove these. We're going to solder them to the new board. And then we're going to remove that and solder it to the new board. Just like that. Alrighty then. So, is this your first time soldering? If so, I hate this for you, because this stuff is not fun when it comes to, you've got to really you've got to know what you're doing. You do. They do make this a bit easier for people who don't. And if you don't, that's cool. That's fine. That's what this is for. That's what it's all about. Because guess what? I didn't either at one time. Now this tip is so tiny. It's so tiny. It's so small. It's so hard to see. Look at that. That one came right off for us. Oh. There we go. And then, come on. Well, it's not like I gotta worry about hurting the board, is it? You know what? Let's just... I think if we just like, kind of like... Nope, that ain't gonna work. Okay, we'll just do this then. Come on, lift off there. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. Now, maybe I should have got this to hold it. Hold that for me. Thank you. There. Now you can see what I'm doing, I think. Oops. Let's turn that around. There we go. Boom. There we go. And then we got 2 more wires here. Boom. There we go. There's all the motors. Sorry if I was in the way just then. Okie dokie. Whew, this is going to be a little bit... This is very tedious. Let me tell you, it's very, very, very tedious. Sorry if the camera's... Stop bouncing. Stop. 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 Okay. Now, set that to the side. Let's check our motors. Okay, we gotta know which wires are what. So, this one is our outside motor. This one is our middle motor. And this one is our other outside motor. We keep these separated. That's our, yeah, outside, middle, outside. I just checked it out, and that's not right. Okay, hold on. So we're gonna go boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now, alright, I would suggest just straightening out your wires until you know what's what. And then if you want to give it a little twist after that, you can. Alrighty then. Because you don't want to lose your wire. Let's see. Like I just did. At your middle. Alright. Let's see. Now, alright, I was double checking the solder on these wires. And what you call this is pre-tinning your wires. And that is not what I'm doing. But this is what you call this is what you call pre-tinning your wires. There we go. Here we go. And then we'll just move right on to the next few motors here. Actually, this motor's not. We need some more wire to be bare. Alright, give it a little twisty twist there. Put some flux on it. If you don't know what flux is soldering paste or flux soldering liquid to help your flux flow better and also stick to helps the chemical reaction better, and it helps it stick, and it keeps you from getting ice cream cones for Sunday. That's only for Sunday cones, not for soldering. We don't want ice cream cones on solder joints. Alright, let's see here. You're probably... Alright. Alrighty. Did you hear me grunting? That's, yeah, I'm sorry. That's what it takes to get wire. There we go. That's nice and tinned. See how that is? Very nice and shiny and tinned. The other one's already tinned too, but we're gonna throw a little bit on there anyways. And what this will help with also is getting it back on the board. So, yeah. Alrighty then. Let's see here. Here is some more that need to be tinned. Boom. Boom. Hold on a minute. Let's get rid of some of this solder. Alrighty, now. Alrighty, and gotta pre-tin these, and it does not take much at all of wire, not for these little bitty pads. So you don't want any wire hardly at all. Just a hair, just a hair of wire. Now, all 4 motors are tinned and ready to be put on the new board. I'm nervous, aren't you? Whoa, 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 whoa. Gosh, that's gonna kill my video. I hope you guys ignore the jumping around on the screen. Alright. Now, we could go ahead and remove this. It's blue, green, black, red. That's simple. It is time to put these motors on the new flight controller. So So each one of these pads are pre-tinned, which is great. What I'm going to do, we are going to, come on. No. Let's start on this side. There we go. One at a time. Alright. Let's see. Let's pull it up there. Hopefully you can see that because that's the only way. Okay, so here we go. First off, you're going to want to see how you're going to have this. So the orientation of this I showed you is that way, for facing straight, okay? That's the way you got to make sure it's going in the body. So I'm going to grab the body just in case, you know, just to make double sure. Facing forward, boom. Is that where we're going? It looks good to me. Doesn't it look good to you? Alright. So since that's true, we now know where motors 1 through 4 are. So, you've got... Oh, really? To be honest? Alright. So, to be honest, it doesn't matter. You just put these babies on, throw the motors on each one, and then put it on the board, and it works out the rest. So just be sure and put your motors on correctly. So we'll start out with the one here. And how's the board going? It's going in like that. So the motors need to be like this. This will be facing that way, the motors need to be facing that way. So, here we go. Let's go off with number 1 here. Usually I use flux. Let's see what happens without flux. And you know what? That is not long enough. I said short, but I didn't mean that short. Never want too much wire, but you never want too little wire either. Alright, let's see here. Alright, 1 second. Throw some solder on this baby. Get it rolling around here. Alright, now it should be no problem. It should go right on. See, this end is small. Maybe this will be easier down here. Alright, let's see here. Put it like that. It was definitely not the right way for me. We're gonna add a little bit of solder on there, on that end there. Okay, let's see here. For some odd reason, yeah, these are little bitty boards. Little bitty boards. And if there isn't enough on there, I don't know. I don't know if that's good enough or not. Do you think so? Let's see. I think that'll be just fine. Ooh, look at my... nasty. Sorry about the finger. Yeah, so anyways, do a little jerk test on it. It's fine. It works. So, let's move on to the next one. Okay. And I didn't use flux. Flux makes it so much easier to solder. But as you've seen, that looks pretty good. It does, if you ask me. Be careful, don't get nothing on the board itself. Oopsie, I meant to do that a little bit more to the... Nope, I don't like that. Let's go over just a little bit. There we go. See there? Oops. Come on. Focus. There you go. You should look like that. And I know. It looks like it's been in the factory. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just when you do this, make sure you're getting the wires correct. Don't want to blow up your new board. You definitely don't want to blow up your new motors. Alright, we're going to go ahead with this one even though it's tiny. Yeah, I'm comfortable with it. It's just I don't have a lot of wire this time to work with. Okay, oh, you know what? Let's do it like this. I don't like it when it doesn't want to work with me. Let's see if that's good. Do I like that? Oh, do I like that one? They're all really pretty. Look at that. Well, would you look at that? And if you look right there, it just shows you how good, like it doesn't even look like I touched it. And that's how you want your board to look. And whatever this is that they put on these joints is great. It's making it really easy. I believe it might be flux. I don't know. For a minute I thought it was conformal. But as you see, my wire's on. This one goes to this, that one goes to the middle, that one goes to the right side there. When I flip it over, that's what it'll be like. And we're going to do that for 4. It'll look just like it does in the manuals. And they got it laid out there with all the motors. Alright, so now let's move on to this. Watch out for your ELRS. Just move it out of the way somewheres. Okay. And here we go. Take the first one. Make sure it is the correct one. And boom. It's on there. Same with the next one. Boom. Nope, I don't like that one. I want it to go down further. That'll work. Alright. Careful, you don't want to overheat your board. You want to be in and out as quick. Well, that quick. And you want to hold it for a minute until you're ready, until you know for sure. Here you go. Here's a demonstration of how you want it to look. Oops, there you go. See how smooth these are and how, yes, and you've noticed I haven't even added solder on from it being from the factory. I'm just using what they give me. And I don't suggest that with all builds, but this is working out just great. And I am very happy with that. I know you are. So, let's continue. We still got 2 more motors. Alright, with this one, let's unravel this mess. Let's see. Okay. First off, we got this one right here. Alright, here we go. Again. Alright. This once again. It's funny, I usually use my helping hands, but for this video, I don't know. Something's making me not like the helping hands right now. Oh, there we go. Okay. Here we go. I don't like that. It didn't go far enough down on the board. Actually, it looks perfect, but there's not enough on that one for sure. We will fix that problem. Just like that. You see there? Nice and beautiful. Okay, next. By the way, if you like this content, please feel free to support me in the channel. Anything you put in, I will be sure and give back. I will try to produce much more and more content like this and other content as well. I love doing this kind of stuff for you guys, and it has turned into my full-time job. If you know my story, you probably know more of why, but if not, let me know and I'll let you know. I'll share that with you. But anyways, feel free to show your support, and there's links down below in this description. I think there's 2 different ways you do so, 2 or 3 different ways. And yeah, I would love to get more and more stuff going, projects going, and content made for you all. I hope you enjoy each and everything that we all do, and that I do, and that we put out for you guys. Okay, I want to show you that. And I know you got to be really brave to want to show your soldering, but I want to show my soldering. And as you can see, those are very nice. Very nice. There's no badness to them at all. Very, very smooth. And you're not got to worry about it coming off in a race or anything like that. Okay, now we got one more left, and this one is right next to your power wire. You do not want to get your power wire, so be careful with this one. And if I was you, I would start from that area, from your power wire area. I would start from right there. It's going to be the hardest because stuff isn't going to want to hold just like it's doing here. I'm gonna be a tricky guy. See that wire? That wire is weird. I'm gonna have to take that off. It ain't good enough. Where's some more at? Okay. This wire right here is sideways. Yeah, there we go. Now, here we go. Let's try that again. Oh, I've still got some. I got too much solder on the end there. Don't want that. I've got plenty on the board already. I don't want any more. Oops, I went too far sideways. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with how fast and how well and how easy this is coming together. And just like magic, there it is. I want you to just look at that. Look at those solder points. I know, I'm showing off my soldering. I know I am. But I also would like for you, anyone out there that doesn't want to build your own stuff, to be comfortable with me building it. Because I will. Just let me know. You can hit me up through my email or comment section down below. There's several ways to get a hold of us. You can also do a live stream. I'm live with Fat Pastor every Thursday night, unless that has changed. Now, on right here, there's a wire, and it's coming out just a little too far for my comfort. So, I'm going to change that out. See here? I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a little too far for comfort. So, I'm going to just push it in just a little, and that's real easy to do. Just push it in. Well, let's see here. Let me get my... This is where this comes in handy now. Okay. So I just want to move my... Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. This wire, here we go. It's too long. Way too long. Just a tad bit too long, not way too long. There we go. Now I can work with that. So, let's throw this on there. Boom. And just like that. Alright. Just like that. You have your motors and your flight controller all soldered up and ready to go. Now what I would do at this point is test it. I would test it on Betaflight and see that it works, and make sure that you haven't messed up anything from this point. And there's only really one true way of doing that, and that is to do it. So I'm gonna grab a small battery here. Small battery, right? Let's plug that battery in. And we're golden. Good to go. No smoke. Now, I wouldn't suggest you just do that. I did it because I'm comfortable to, because I know that it was alright. Went over the board and checked it and made sure everything was good. There's no extra solder been applied, so I really didn't have to worry about that as a thing. Now, let's check the actual board, which I've already done prior to this movie, to making this film. but I have not checked since we have now soldered on our motors. And I think that's what I would like to do now. Window, let's see. So, okay, here we go. We're gonna go into beta flight. And we're gonna add, let's see here, hold on a minute, and I will give you window. Here we go. Right here. So, we're gonna go to end the beta flight here. And we are going to hit connect. Okay. Now, sorry about that. In beta flight. Let me go ahead and pull this on up here. There we go. In beta flight, I'm going to go ahead and jump on up to, the setup's fine because it's upside down. As you see, that's all set up and ready. And okay, let's see. Boom, boom. I've got to turn these. You want to turn some of these off, or you're gonna be beeping like crazy, even though you can't really hear it. So, oh no, I'll leave the rest of those on if I was you. All right, and air mode. I end up putting it on a switch and stuff, but we'll worry about that later when I go to set it up. If you've got LEDs, you'll need to turn on LED strip. Leave soft serial turned on. Leave all that how it is. Especially if you've got HDzero. We're running 8K, 4K on the PID. It's at 59% on the CPU load, and I will tell you, I'll fix that. I will actually show you. So really quick, I know, don't mess with nothing, right? Set CPU. Oh, looky there. And we're gonna go ahead and hit equals. And we have 120 on this board. And then we're gonna save and watch the CPU usage. Watch what it does. Here we go. Now look at it. 53%. It went from 60, well 59, 60, 62 to 53%. Wow. So, once again, I'll show you that again. You go in here, you type set, let me just show you. Boom. Set CPU overclock _overclock equals, and you can either do 108 megahertz, which is default, or 120 megahertz, which is this. Now, when you do that, you'll hit it, and then of course you'll do save. Oops. Save. Save. Alright. Anyways, now that you notice that your CPU usage has went down, you want to go back in here and check. Make sure your quad isn't freaking out. Make sure the gyro isn't going all nuts. Because if it is, then you'll need to go back into your... Now, if you've got this specific flight controller, you're good to go. If you're using a different one, you'll go back into CLI and set it back to default. Which you'll say get CPU, and it'll show default. Or set CPU _overclock equals, and type in a wrong parameter like 150 megahertz, and it'll show the options. You can set it to off, default, which is 108, I believe. For this flight controller it is. For yours it may be different. So anyways, let's move on. I'm not going to worry about this. it's already set up for the HDzero VTX, which is amazing. Thank you, happy model. And if you'll see here, they've even already put my name in there and stuff. It's pretty cool. That's what they showed me during the test video. So gonna want to go to your motors tab. You're gonna want to plug up a battery, and we're gonna make sure these babies are working. Okay, so this probably isn't the best way to do this, but it is the way I'm doing it. Props off, baby, props off. Okay, now turn on. I understand the risk, and let's check them. Whoa! Let's do them one at a time. Well, there's one. There's two. Barely do this. 3, 4. We're golden, baby. Yeah! So, you can do that. You can unplug the motors, or unplug the battery. Set it to the side. And that's it for now. That is all. Look, they even got a pit tune on it. There's a lot of settings in here that I'll have to be changing. Yeah, there's some specific tunes. See that? Wow. I might end up trying those, but I actually know of a tune that works very well on this board. But, hey, I'll try the defaults. Why not? Alright, so we're going to exit out of that, get rid of that, and go back to this. The fun, where the fun is. Right? Okay, so. Oh, ouch. Alright, we got 4 more wires and then we are done. Can you believe that? Already. Let's see here. Alright. I've got I've got an issue finding things sometimes because it'll be like right next to me too, about to bite me. Or it would bite me. I'll be like, what was that? Where is it? Where's it at? I can't find it, even though it bit me. So here we go. We're going to flip this baby back. Actually, we're going to leave it like that for now. We're going to move it over here to the side. Ooh, don't get it around those screws like I just did. Okay. So, I'm going to start by removing each wire. Doesn't matter which order. I'm just choosing this order just because. And don't destroy your old flight controller. You can get it fixed. Boom. There's one. Now remember, on this, green, blue, or blue, green, black. Blue, green, black, red. Blue, green, black, red. Just like that. And we're done. Looky there. You would never, ever be able to tell. You would never be able to tell that that board has ever been touched. So anyways, let's move on. Here is our very nice, what was those colors? Blue, green, black, red. Blue, green, black, red. Okay, here we go. So, let's do the yellow wire first. It's going to be awkward, so you need to put it in a certain way. It won't matter. We can figure it out after. Actually, no. Let's figure it out now. Alright, it's going to be facing forward. just like that. I'm going to set it just like it would be. Okay. And then we're going to take this and put it up. It's going to be facing that way. Alright, which way is your wires going to be? Just like that. So let's flip this over. So you see how the wire is? That's how you need to put it in. You need to put it in so that it is like that. Laying on the board like that. So, here we go. As I remember, so say, alright, so say we're, come on wires. Say we're like that. This will wrap around like that, and it'll lay flat wherever we want it to lay flat at. So I say go out with it like that. Yeah, that's what I want to do. There we go. I want to go out with it like that. That's exactly where I want to go. Okay. You may have to add some solder, like I'm gonna have to do, because there is none on there hardly, and there probably won't be any on your board. I don't know. There might be. There might not be. All right, and just like this. Wow, it's so small. Alright, I'm gonna add some solder to it. Just like that. Now, you want to take note and get any solder beads that might have just tried to jump all over the board. Alright, now let's put this wire on. Sideways, come on, work with me. I would say, yeah, about like that. Oh, sorry everybody. It's a little bit little bumpy in here now, isn't it? Alright, quit bouncing, camera. So this is a little bit tricky. Not gonna lie. Alright. Well, I don't lie, but not gonna hide it. This is just a little bit tricky, and all I'm gonna do is get it to lay on that board, and then I'm gonna hit it with the iron. Just like that. See that? You want to give it a little tuggy tug and make sure she ain't gonna come off at the first bump. But yeah, and just to let you see this, that's how small that is. It is very small. Yes. So you might want to send it to me and let me do it for you. Alright, remember, blue, green, black, red. If I was doing this wrong, you could tell me. You'd be like, hey, stop! But it'd be too late because you're seeing this way after I've done it. Here we go. Just like this. Boom. Alright, one that I don't like. I don't like that. We need more. Well, that's too much. go. Yeah, if you get a little bit too much on there, just touch it with your iron and it'll come right off. Okay, here we go. Boom. So blue, green, blue, green, come on. Can't get the solder on the wire to melt. Actually, I mean, it's fine, but I don't like that, so I'm sorry. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to certain things, especially when those certain things are going to be in the air that cost quite a bit of money. So we need just a little dab of solder. Just like that. Okay, now we have one more wire. Can you believe that? We're done. We're done with this build. Okay, we're gonna flip this on around here. Alright, we got one more, and that's the positive wire. And that's gonna go right here, and it's gonna go straight on top. As this takes more, yeah, it takes a lot more. So make sure that is where it's hooked straight into the battery. That surprises me. I actually thought that was going to go over here on the 5-volt pad, but I guess not. So, straight to the battery pad we go. Well, that is if the wire wants to work with me. Okay. Here we go. Just like that, we have repaired the HDzero Mobula 6. It's time to piece her back together real quick. Alright, pilots, I hope that you've enjoyed this video, this build repair video, and I know I have. I've enjoyed making it for you. Let's kill the soldering iron now. Well, not kill it, at least kill the power to it. Say thank you, little soldering tip, because you have been amazing. We'll reward you with a little bit of solder to burn up. There you go. Alright, now let's bring our body back in. Take our quad. What I like to do, alright, which way are we going here? Let's see. Which way? I need to take this and most likely pull it up too. Okay. So, since this is facing that way, I'm going to twist this the opposite, I think. The opposite way, yes. I'm going to twist this the opposite way so that the wires wrap up nice and neat. I'm going to twist it one more time and see what that does. Alright, so 2 twists is what I... 2 twists is 2 twists too much. So 1 twist. Yeah. There we go. Just like that. Now, we will get our little rubber guys here. Go ahead and pour them all out right there. Take this and throw it back in this bag. I know you're like, why? Why? Because I must. There. I want all new on it. It's like I said, just like a motor. You put new rubber things in there to hold your motor. Whoa, don't you do that. Get away. Alright, now that this is ready for the body, we're going to take your power wire and position it in where you want it, and then the motors have to go in as well. So each motor, push it on in there just like you got it out. We're going to reverse that and put them back in. Even though it seems like it's trying to not be as easy, it is. There we go. Okay, and then same with these motors. Boom. All right. Now, we're gonna wiggle this guy on in there. Put the flight controller in its little rubber nest. Slide it into its little slots. So they'll usually pop right into place, but make sure they all are, or it will affect the vibrations of the quad. There's this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and somewhat tighten this down, not fully, just enough to hold it in place while I do the motors. Well, we might as well do it completely. All right. Alright, and remember, these will just keep tightening if you're not careful, and you'll end up stripping it. So just tighten it to where it just tightens ever so slightly, and you can just start to feel it. Now this one isn't in, I don't think, but we'll find out right here. Yes, it is. Okay. That is just right. This is all just right, how it's supposed to be. Alright, now we're going to flip this baby over. And these motors, you need to twist. Give them a little twist. Which we kind of should have done before this in case you accidentally desoldered one. But you shouldn't, as long as you know what you're doing. Be careful. Give them a good twist. Put it up there in its place. Put it in its place. Get the wire positioned so that it will work with you correctly. And if I was you, I would go around this to the sides, on the sides. Don't go around the fronts. Go around the sides, just like that. Fix that wire that way. Yeah. But if I was you, then you'd be me, and you'd use my body to make it not right. Ace Ventura, pet detective. He's like, if I was you, then you'd be me. If you was me, then I'd be you. And I'd use your body to get to the top. Whoa, looky there. That ain't right. I used the same ones that were in it. I forgot. That were already in the canopy. So here we go. Come on. Come on, you. There we go. Okay. There we go. There's one. There's two. Whoa. Come on. There's three. Remember, do not over tighten these. Okay, now off to the next motor. Same with this guy. Give it a little twist. Give him a little twist. Okay, I need to... There. I had to make sure that those wires were still correct though. Let me go. Alright, now next I'm just gonna continue putting these motors on, screws on, motor screws. Alright, this right here, we're gonna go around just like the other one, and boom. Alright, and now I'm going to screw that in. Boom. These things are so fiddly sometimes. Boom. Alright. No, not two, just one. Alright, and then this guy. Oh yeah, your antenna, you're gonna want to pull that up, and yeah, your ELRS. Let's see here. Alright. If I was you, I would put the ELRS antenna. Oh, sorry. I would make it to where it pulls up into, so we're just going to grab it and then get on up in there. Be careful, be careful. You're going to run it to the front of the quad. Sorry, I didn't mean to be going off camera. You're going to run it to the front of the quad, kind of tuck it down in there, and right there under the front, and then you're going to have it come around and just be like right there, okay? I actually usually tuck mine into that little sleeve, but it'll work right there. Unless you're getting good enough, you should be okay. You can actually leave the wire on the bottom, but I always pull mine up here and put it in place. Keep it from hanging. So just like that. Actually, if you want to make it more secure, there, that's what I would do, like that. Alright, but before I wiggle my other motors loose here, nah, not gonna wiggle them loose, not with those solder joints. Once again, twist your motors up, motor wire anyways, and you don't have to, but it's gonna cause some issues if you don't. You're going to run into some issues later. It makes your build a lot neater, cleaner, and cleaner noise to get through the gyro, and just better performance to me. Also, whenever you have to end up doing some sort of repair or something, it makes it so much easier when you've already got everything good place. Alright, now we have one more left. Give it a good twisty-roo. And once again, go around to the side. I wouldn't go around the back or the front. Go around the side here. And pull it and go on up in there like that. And just like that. Boom. Go around and double check, make sure you did tighten everything down. Oh, see, that one needed to be tightened. So did that one. And after you tighten all three, or these two, this one, after you tighten all three, go back and check the others, because sometimes the others can be tightened more after that. And then there you go. There she is. Nice and shining armor. I have to bind it to my transmitter, and I'll have to set it up and all that good stuff. And if you don't know how to do that, just let me know in the video description, let me know in the comment section, and I'll help you out. Feel free to get a hold of me via email or in the comment section down there. Like I said again, if you're just here or just now, please subscribe and like my video if you like it. Please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to help support me, you can do so. There's ways and links in the video description down below. And I thank you all out there that are helping and do support me. And to all my subscribers and viewers out there, I hope to keep creating more and more of this great content for you. And I will go as in depth and do as much as requested and as I am possibly able to. With the support and your help, we will be able to continue building good and great things like this, and I just cannot wait to see what else the future holds. You all have a wonderful day. We're going to go ahead and throw some props on this baby. I am going to use, well, you want me to use these, don't you? You really do. It has tighter cornering and all that, right? These, I don't know, I get so much better flight performance and flight time if I'm using these. So, it's just going to be a hard decision. Most likely, I will end up using them. But for now, let's test her out. Okay, so we got that done. Thank you again, thank you HDzero for one. Thank you HDzero for one. But thank you Happy Model. Again, thank you so much Happy Model. Y'all are awesome. You help make this possible. Yet again, I'm saying this in case any of you are catching this at the end and didn't catch it at the beginning. This is thanks to them. This is the kind of customer service you can look to get when you do business with Happy Model. Thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything else you want to know about this, let me know. I'm going to show you right now in beta flight though, before we leave out of here, that she's working. And then if you want to check out the flight footage, it will be on my channel shortly. Alright, plug it in. It's going. Just like that. let's go ahead and calibrate it. Just hit Z, calibrate. Alright, now, as you can see, we're good to go. Everything's golden. Everything's good. The board is in correctly. Alright, now, to test the video transmitter on there, I will plug this in, and if we get the blue light, you know we're golden. There's the red. Well, that's because alright, and it works. There we go. Just like that. And if you want to hear, here you go. And I am flashing Blue Jay to this, and I suggest you do the same. And if you want to know what Blue Jay is a software for your ESE. Now, if you want, I will go ahead and show you that right now. I know I said I was going to end the video, but surprise, surprise, I'm full of surprises. Alright, so let's get out of this first thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to open, hold on a minute, and I will here we go. Alright, so you open ESC Configurator, and in ESC Configurator we go, well, listen, first thing you're going to want to do, unplug your quad. Alright, now plug up your quad. Plug up your battery. Now connect. Okay, you're going to go down to the bottom. You're going to hit read settings. Let me find out you can't see my whole screen. There we go. Sorry about that. Let me restart. You didn't get to see that. Alright, connect. Read settings. Boom. And as you see here, it read the settings. Take note of your settings and do not change any of these settings, please. And do you notice also it says programming by TX. All this stuff is about to change. So it has BL S firmware on it. We're going to go to Flash All ESCs, click Firmware, select Blue Jay. Do not change your ESC settings at all. Do not change this menu. That is your ESC itself. Select your version, which will be the newest version, which mine is 19.2 as of this time of recording this video. Select your PWM frequency, which in this case you could go up to 96 kilohertz, but I would suggest just 48 be good enough. Someone, depending on what board you have, 96 may be too much or too little, shall I say. 24 will give you a lot more power. 48 will give you both. You'll have power, you'll have plenty, but you'll get a lot more flight time. So anyways, 48 PWM frequency, this is going to increase your flight time dramatically and even give you cooler motors and all that good stuff. Hit flash, and also this is going to allow you to do custom startup tones. Yeah, that's right, just like the BL Heli 32, where if you know, you ever hear somebody's quads start up with a Mario tone or the Star Wars theme, and this is what they do. Or they have BL Heli 32. But now your BL Heli S ESC will be capable of it as well with Melody Editor, which is what you'll be able to open once this is done flashing. Now take note of your motor direction before you flash, or just when it's done, be sure and go. Well, I'll show you. Don't unplug your battery during this whole thing, or you will brick your ESC. Now you are done. Now notice the new settings up here. Minimum startup power, which it says boost. Then maximum startup power, which it says protection. Do not change your maximum startup power, please. That is protection against it arcing off. It can potentially fry your board or other components. But your minimum startup protection, your boost, you can increase that a little bit if you're having issues getting your motors to start. Now the reason this would be is the 48 kilohertz kind of takes the low end torque down a little bit, but high end it increases. So I would increase this to about 1050. If, well, I don't know, about 1020, 1030, 1020, 1025. Because if it was on 1015, I'll go to about 1020, 1025. I'm gonna see what that does. You can turn your beep strength up, but if you turn your beacon strength up or beep strength up, it can damage your ESC. Your motor, not your ESC, your motor. I'm gonna crank mine up to about 90. Beep strength, I'll turn it up to like 50. I don't suggest you even mess with these. I usually don't. The volume of the startup beeps, setting this too high might damage the motors. And it don't just mean damage it from it sitting there beeping. Beep, beep. No. It takes electricity to make it beep. So what it's going to do is send electrical pulse to get it to beep. A really strong electrical pulse. And you do not want that to be even stronger, which meaning being too strong. So prepared. So I'll just have here a simple computer fan. Okay. And I can just plug up a simple battery to it. Oh, a 3S battery. I'm going to plug it up. And here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Sorry about that. And there we go. Just like that. I have me a cooling system for my quad while it's plugged up. Everybody should have one of these. You can actually order the fans offline that have the grill, and it has a USB, and it has a speed controller and everything. So yeah, they're nice. This will work though for me and for the desk. So let's plug up. Or I said the desk. How about this? The bench. I'm used to talking in computer terms. And the reason why you would want the screen is so it doesn't do what it just did. Alright. Now, what we're going to do here we're going to open Betaflight. Betaflight STM32 F411 SX1280. Connect. Okay. Now, alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to go to motors. We're going to check our motors and see if everything's working. Also, video transmitter. Yes, see there? It's working. It's at 25. Let's see if it changes. Go to 200. It sure did. There it goes. 200. It's definitely working too. Okay, let's go back down to actually, well, for the test, let's turn it off. Well, at least down to 0, which will make it not so hot. Okay, motors. Let's make sure the motors are spinning in the right direction. Motor direction. I understand. Wizard and start. Okay, here we go. This motor 2 is spinning in the wrong direction. There we go. Now this is if you want props out. In my case, I'm doing props out. It helps with prop wash and stuff. And on a bigger quad you want props out so you bounce off stuff. On these, it can help with prop wash. And if you have prop wash with props out, then make it props in and see if that helps. But if you want to start out with props in, start out with props in. It looks like I had to reverse all of my motors. There we go. Every single one of them is spinning in the correct direction.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making,
and it is spinning very healthy too. Very, very healthy. Close, and let's do a ramp up here. 60. 60. What is this one all about? Wow, that's the one I worked on. Somehow, the one I had to work on and fix, well, I didn't fix the motor per se, but the one that ended up having issues, that motor channel is spinning faster than any of the others. But together they spin the same. That's amazing. I'm gonna go. That's good. We're done. Other than that, other than doing a flight test, which I will show you in another video, we have completed a complete rebuild of a Mobulus HDzero Mobulus 6 with a Super B F4 Lite ELRS board in it, and it came out just perfect. If you have any comments, please let them spill out. And if you have any questions, please let them spill out. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This time I am going to end it. And, well, if you've learned something, great. If you didn't, and you enjoyed the video, great. Either way, I hope that this has served you well and that it didn't waste your time and that I have done okay for my first true review / repair / build video. Thank you all for coming. Remember to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you would like to be notified of new and upcoming content. Thank you all. Goodbye. Oh, and keep flying, and I'll meet you in the sky.